Hi everyone, this is Symphonic Elk, and I am coming at you with my 26th comic book haul, and I promise that this time the haul will actually happen. So, the haul is going to consist of some books from New Comic Book Day that I'll hopefully go through quickly, as well as some cool and variant covers that I have, and some keys, or at least books that I hope are considered keys. So we'll proceed with the haul in just a moment, but first I wanted to do two things. The initial one is to introduce a new aspect to my haul videos. So what I'm going to do each haul is ask a question, and for those of you who respond by the next haul, and usually that will be within a week, but not always, and you need to respond to elk.prizes@gmail.com. Will be put into a drawing and win the prize. Usually this will be a comic book. It happens to be that this time it will be an LJN WWF, yes I said WWF and not WWE, Hulk Hogan figure. So this is the rubber figure from 84 or 85. It does not come with the championship belt that he has. I have two figures and only one belt, so I get to keep the belt. He's in a little bit, a little rough shape. He's not too bad. Still obviously Hulk Hogan. So anyway, the question for this haul is, what is Stanley Art Germlau's first published artwork? Or more specifically, his first published cover. So, if you know what that is, or if you can use Google, please send the answer in to elk.prizes@gmail.com. I will do the drawing during my next haul video, which again, like I said, should come somewhere in the next week or so. Alright, say goodbye, Hulk. Bye. Alright. Moving on to the second part of my haul that isn't actually a haul, and that's just to touch on what I uploaded yesterday. I rewatched the video and I realized it kind of sounded like I was ripping on the Great Legend a little bit more. I was certainly my complaints were more heavily sided on him as opposed to Joker 68. And I just want to make sure everyone knows that me and the Great Legend are cool and everything, but I didn't want to reiterate that I do think he's a great guy. He has like 4.5 thousand subscribers, and even the big guns in the comic community, the Alexes, the Dooms, they're close to 2,000, but they're not at 4,000. And Rob uses his outreach to really push and allow other members of the community to have said outreach, either through his auctions or getting to play Sea of Thieves with him, and that's really cool. So I just wanted to make that point now, that like I am in no way in some kind of argument or dislike the Great Legend. We're cool, and yeah, he's a great guy. Anyway, now moving on to the haul. Gonna start with New Comic Book Day books. Gonna try to go through these pretty quickly. Got Isola number 2. And that was mainly because the first one kind of blew up, ended up being pretty good. I'll have to give this one a read. Oblivion Song number 3. I got the Venom, just the regular Ryan Stegman cover. It has a bunch of firsts. I got the Despicable Deadpool cover. Really got this one mainly because it looked kind of like a Where's Waldo cover. I thought it was pretty cool. I got Scooby's Apocalypse number 25. This is the death of Fred. Spoiler alert. After the fact. I got the last issue of Batman White Knight. This is cover B. Thought it was pretty cool. Got the Raphael Albuquerque Detective Comics 980 cover B. Got the Jenny Frison Wonder Woman 46 cover B. got the Matina Suicide Squad 41 and the Matina The Flash 46. Some really cool covers that DC's doing right now. I like the Almost Virgin. This is not the kind of thing I normally say, but the guys on the Unpressable Defect, I think they've never named it the Finger Pop covers. So yeah, they're really awesome, especially for cover price. I mean, you're not going to make any money off of these, but the covers are really beautiful. All right, moving on to some cool variants and other issues that I picked up. So I picked up the Peter Parker The Spectacular Spider-Man 300, the Adam Hughes variants signed by Adam Hughes. I only picked this one up. I've been with the store variants, buying all of them, and I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. The juice just doesn't seem like it's worth the squeeze. Maybe every once in a while. This is a beautiful cover, and honestly, having the trade dress stuff up on it doesn't. I think it just adds to it. So it's awesome. I really like that the ASM 800 cover by Adam Hughes also looks very similar to this, but with Mary Jane. It's also an amazing cover, and I will be having a trade dress coming my way. I picked up Dr. Manhattan before Watchmen. Is this number 4? Yeah, I think it's no, sorry, it's 1 of 4. This is an Adam Hughes cover, but the reason I got it, because I already owned it, was this is the combo pack with the digital copy. They're usually a bit rarer than the regular copies, although for some reason this one was priced at less than the regular copy. I don't really understand why. Got the variant, the Virgin variant for the Ryan Stegman, the 1 in 100 cover. I really like this cover, and it's a lot of first appearances. So, you know, and honestly, for a 1 in 100, it's not selling for that much, which there's a good reason for it. There's, you know, a million of these were printed, so there's probably a good bit. But if you can find this cheap, I'm talking like 20 bucks, I think you should probably go ahead and pick it up. I got lucky and picked up the Exiles number 3 We Can Do It Puzzle Quest variant. It's a 1 in 10. Apparently, it's kind of blowing up. And man, I just picked it up because I liked it. I didn't even think it was going to be worth anything, so I'm glad I got it. I got Avengers number 1. This is the Mahmoud Asrar variant. This is just the eBay variant from Lone Star Comics, mycomicshop.com. I mean, it was essentially cover price, so I figured why not. I did pick up Marvel Legacy number 1. This is the Midtown Comics exclusive. It's a J. Scott Campbell variant cover. I like J. Scott Campbell, everyone knows that. Picked up the Iron Fist Negative variant. This is again a J. Scott Campbell cover. Picked up Fall of the She-Hulk number 1, or Savage She-Hulks. Anyway, J. Scott Campbell cover. Again, like J. Scott Campbell. Picked up Marvel Divas number 1. Again, J. Scott Campbell cover. Picked up the full Vampirella. Where's the full? And I have like the other J. Scott Campbell variant cover where it's kind of like just half of her body. So I picked this one up as well. And then the one that I got that I'm super happy about was Elephant Men number 18. A quick story behind this one. I was at the Baltimore Spring Fling a couple weeks ago, and I saw that one of the dealers had this. And I walked up and asked to see it, and it looked like it was in good condition, but there's no price on it. So I asked, what the price was, and the guy told me, that he couldn't price anything, that his partner would have to do it. And I was like, all right, you should probably price your books, but cool, I'll wait. So I wait like 15 minutes, the guy comes back, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I want to sell this book, and I don't know how to price it, and I'm like, well, the last sold auction from eBay for this cover is $55. It was like 2 weeks ago. I'm willing to go a little bit higher than that, just because, I want it, and it is very hard to find. And he's like, well, no, the only copy on eBay right now is 9.8, signed by J. Scott Campbell for $500. And I'm like, well, First off, they're asking for $500. That's not what they're necessarily getting. This copy's not a 9.8, and this copy's not signed by J. Scott Campbell. And it's not graded at all. And so we went back and forth, and finally he said, $125. And I was like, no, there's no way that I'm going to do that. So, I went ahead and put the a search in for Elephant Man number 18, as well as Elephant Man, which is a good way to get some of these books for cheap. And for $50, I got that one and all of these other Elephant Men. So, again, this kind of goes back to what like Doom was saying and what the Great Legend was saying the other day, and fear of missing out. I really wanted that cover. There were no more on eBay, and I had $125 that I could spend on it. It wouldn't have been a big deal. But you wait. If you want it and you wait, you're usually going to get it for what you want to get it for. So anyway, that's the story, I guess. I don't know if it's a good one or an interesting one. Alright, so some of these books are ones I just liked. This isn't really worth anything, but it's a Brandon Peterson, G.I. Joe, Cobra Files #1. So now we're going to go through a bunch of Art Germ comics. I got the 3 Art Germ covers for Action Comics 800. As everyone knows, I'm a huge Art Germ fan. And then I got a bunch of Art Germ covers essentially for like $1 or $1.50. And so this is going to go through them. Mighty Crusaders One Shot, Mighty Crusaders #1, #2, #3, #4, not #5, The Great 10 #1. And #8, and this is not an Art Germ cover. So that's a bunch of the Art Germ covers that I got. Last thing I picked up cover-wise was Rebels #20. This is the David Finch cover, and it is hard to find. I definitely recommend if you see picking this one up. It's still definitely affordable, but I think it has the potential as Lobo's, regaining a lot of his popularity. So something to see if you find it out there for $10. Something like that or less, you should probably pick it up. Moving on to, I guess, newsstand variants, and then a couple of, I guess, keys, if that's what you want to call them. So here we have Gen 13 #1, or Ordinary Heroes #1 and 2. These are the newsstand variants, and they are both Adam Hughes covers. Then I have New X-Men 129. This is a newsstand cover or newsstand edition, and is the second appearance of Phantom X. Cool cover. Batman #563, also a newsstand edition and a J. Scott Campbell cover. So then I have Soul Saga #1, signed by Michael Turner. So this came in a package deal with what I'm going to, I believe, show you. Yep, next. And so yeah, it's a signed copy by Michael Turner. Yay. His signature is not obtainable anymore, sadly. He was met him a couple times, really good guy, and it's a shame, cancer sucks. But anyway, moving on. And so I got it with this, which is a Michael Turner sketch. So I have a buddy who owns a couple of Michael Turner's art pieces from comics and some of the covers. And he paid a tremendous amount of money for them. And I'm not going to do that. So I have to settle for this. I think it's pretty cool. I would have hoped for a more popular, more salient character of his, but obviously I wasn't the one who picked this up and got this done. This happened over 10 years ago. So I was really happy to pick it up. Got it for a good price. Moving on, I picked up both of the Iron Man Hong Kong Heroes one-shot. This is the first appearance of Arwen Wong, and people really like this variant cover. So I also picked up Fantastic Four #46. This is the first full appearance of Black Bolt, and I think some of the other Inhumans. Cameo being in 45. I picked up Amazing Spider-Man number 46, the first appearance of Shocker. I actually thought that I owned this book. And I was watching the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. I've been really way behind, and my wife and I are trying to catch up so that we can see Avengers in the theater. And, you know, Shocker is in Homecoming. He's not the main villain. I was like, oh yeah, I have that. And I started looking for it and then looking through the database. Apparently I didn't. So, my buddy had several copies of it, so I picked one up. Alright. Last couple of books. So I also picked up The Amazing Spider-Man number 13. This is the first appearance of Mysterio. I think from a character design standpoint, he's amazing. Really, really amazing. Some of the character designs from back in the day were simple, and I actually think that was probably good. You know, as the book was starting off, but yeah, Mysterio his character design is it's amazing. It's still amazing today. I think he's underrated. Not in particularly good shape, but I got it for a really good price. And it used to be owned by, it looks like his name was Gaylord. Alright, moving on. I picked up Amazing Spider-Man number 3. This is the first appearance and origin of Dr. Octopus. I know that a lot of people's favorite Spider-Man villain is Venom or the Green Goblin. For me, it's Doc Ock. I really loved how the second Spider-Man movie, you know, did a great job with him. I love his origin story. I really think, yeah, he's pretty awesome. And then I picked up Aquaman number 1. This is the first appearance of Quisp, and it is the premiere issue. Yeah, not the first appearance of Aquaman, but pretty cool. And this one's actually, I mean, it's in pretty phenomenal condition given its age. You know, there's a little bit of stuff here, but yeah, I'm super thrilled to add this to the collection. I add a lot of Silver Age DC stuff. Marvel all the time. So whenever I find a good Silver Age DC book, for a good price, I'm pretty thrilled. And the last book that I have, which isn't necessarily the best one, I finally picked up the Dirty Pair Adam Hughes'n cover, and I got this for cheap. And the reason I got it for cheap is it is not in particularly good condition, which I knew going into it, but didn't really read or look at the eBay listing well enough, and I was kind of in a hurry, and this is one of those things where I threw a best offer in, which was a good bit cheaper than what the person was asking for, and on top of that, there was, I think, 8 or 10% back in eBay bucks. And I didn't mind some of the spine issues, but it actually has, like, I don't know, it looks sort of like a tape pull, but I don't think it is, because you can usually feel those, and this one feels pretty smooth right there. So, oh well, I'll probably end up upgrading, but I think I can, if I flip this, I can probably make some money on it, but I probably won't flip it because I almost never sell anything. So there you go. Anyway, that is everything for today. We're 18 minutes in, so I will try to shut up quickly. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and thanks for spending a little bit of your day with me. Goodbye. Forgot to mark off the books from my want list, so I'll do that real quick. Here it is. And I'm going to mark off number 3, number 13. Don't have Aquaman number 1 on there, probably should. And let's see, back looking at the variants, do I have... No? Doesn't look like I have the Dirty Pair. Kind of surprises me. Anyway, alright, well, goodbye again.
Sorry, I'm quite cue you guys, but it doesn't matter anyway. That will fade. So. Yeah, I mean, my guitar part's fucked up.